it worked out well today for Manchester United, and they march on.
Yeah, and it was always going to be a building process. Forget the performances for a minute. Just beating Liverpool and Arsenal at home in those first 4 or 5 games. What does that do just for that process that Erik ten Hag's undergoing?
Yeah, well, I think the Liverpool game's the bigger one. Obviously, with where they've been the last couple of years, and such a great team. Yeah, I think that was a massive win for them to just get them started on the road. And like I said, they haven't been brilliant, but they're showing signs. It was all about getting that confidence, winning games, whatever way you did it. And I think they've done it again today. I don't think they were brilliant. Devastating on the counter-attack second half. I think Arsenal controlled the game for most parts. A little bit surprised with the substitutes Arsenal made in the second half, to be honest. I thought they were in complete control of the game, creating chances. And as soon as they made the subs, they seemed to lose that a little bit. And Eriksen started getting on the ball, and Fernandes does, obviously, his great pass for Marcus. But United will get better. There's no doubt about that. Performance aren't brilliant. But in time to come, I think they'll get better and start winning a lot of games.
OK, we have a lot of time to reflect and get all the reaction from that game at Old Trafford, of course. But the Premier League weekend is complete, and suffice to say, or if I say, it was full of talking points. That might be something of an understatement. It started with a 0-0, but it didn't tell its own story in the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool. 5-star show from Brentford. So many talking points. West Ham furious, but Chelsea won the game at Stamford Bridge. Newcastle equally furious to only get a point after their goal ruled out against Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest were 2 up and lost 3-2 at home to Bournemouth. Spurs unbeaten in 12 Premier League games now after overcoming Fulham by 2-1. First win in 13 league games for Wolves by a 0-0 against Southampton. And Manchester City just taking a point. Aston Villa stopping the rot with a draw against the champions. Then earlier today, Leicester rock bottom, 7 games in, 1 point on the board. 5-star show from Brighton, the first time in their history that they've scored 5 goals in the English top flight. And we have just watched Manchester United beat Arsenal by 3-1. So as I say, look away now, Leicester fans. It's not getting any brighter. 1 point, as I say, 5 defeats, and Nottingham Forest and West Ham, the other 2 teams, currently 6 games in the bottom 3. The 3 points for Manchester United nudged them up to 5th. They're a point behind Brighton, who won earlier today, who themselves trail Manchester City and Spurs by only a point. Arsenal are still top of the tree. They're a point clear, but that 100% record has gone.
Marcus, after that awful start to the season, to win the last 4 on the trot and beat the team, the league leaders that have won every single game, how much does that say Manchester United really are back on track?
Obviously, it's a massive game anyway against Arsenal. The fact that they've had such a good start to the season, man, it was a big test for us today, and we showed up and we stood up to the challenge. So we can all be proud of ourselves today. And obviously, it's short turnaround now between the games, but it's good to get into a rhythm of things and keep playing games.
Just how stiff was that challenge today?
It was tough. They're a good team. They know the principles of plays, and they're very good at it. They're a good possession-based team. Offer a lot of difficulties with players dropping deep in the pockets and have some attacking threats. So it's obviously a difficult game, and it's what we expected. So we have to be up for the challenge.
For you, what swung the balance?
To be honest, I thought it was an even game. I think there was big spaces in the first half. We didn't manage to exploit them, but the game was fairly even. In the second half, we managed to exploit the spaces, and that's what made the difference. We had to try and do that a little bit more and look for that a little bit more in the first half. But we're pleased that it came in the second half, and we could do good things with the space that we've seen.
Talk about the space as a striker. Were you comfortable when Arsenal had a lot of possession? Were you always confident you would get an opportunity on the counter, particularly when you've got players like Eriksen and Fernandes feeding you?
Yeah, listen, we've got some excellent passes of the ball, and as long as we make 3, 4, 5 runs, we're going to get the ball basically. So we might not get it the first couple of times, but we have to keep going for 90 minutes, and it's tough. And we have to try and give them possession in spaces where they can't hurt us, because like I said before, they're a very dangerous team. We tried to give the ball at the back and let them have a little bit of time there, and then try and press and close them on one side. But as you can see, there's a couple of times today that they got through the press, and they are electric when they get going. So it's really important for us to keep going. And like you said, when them players are on the ball, Bruno, Chris, it's important to make runs and give them options. And we managed to do that today.
Was it a throwback for you 6 years ago? 2 goals for you against Arsenal?
Yeah, it's been a long time that not scored against Arsenal, so I didn't realise it had been that long until before the game. So yeah, it was something that I was looking to do this year, and yeah, I'm happy that I managed to get the goals.
As well as the points, what do you take out of today?
Togetherness is the big thing for me. We win. You only win these types of games when you're within a team. I think we've shown in the last few games, being 1-0 up, that we can see a game out. But we had to be a team to be more ruthless really and get more goals. We got 2 more goals in the second half, and we could have had a couple more as well. So definitely something to work on, something to build on, and yeah, we're looking forward to the next game.
And what does it mean to you personally to see the goals going in once again?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. You do miss it as a player, and I'm just hoping I can stay fit, stay healthy, and keep putting performances out like that.
Great stuff. Well done today, Marcus.
Thank you.
Because Rashford talking about the service he was getting there and some sublime balls. One of those, of course, was from the captain, Bruno Fernandes, who we can talk live to now at Old Trafford. Bruno, thanks for joining us. Well done. Congratulations. How significant a win does that feel?
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Obviously, a big win. Arsenal is being really, really good this season. Obviously, we knew that it's a great game for us to win. Everyone was expecting a different result, probably. But we did what we have to do. We did our job. We did it great. As Marcus said, togetherness today was key. Has been key in the last wins, and has to keep it the same way.
Brilliant moment for Antony on his first experience of Old Trafford. You were involved in the build-up to that goal as well.
Everyone knows what we can expect from Antony. We know he's still a really young player. He has to adapt to the Premier League. But anyway, we know what we can expect from him. We know that he has qualities. We know that he will give us goals, assists, and some tricks too.
Lovely finish today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was from everyone, I think. Obviously, it was something that we've been missing in the last few games, scoring more than 1 goal. Today we get it 3. We're really happy for the lads that scored today, but we know that everyone here has the capability to score goals, and we hope that we can score many more goals.
Hi Bruno, Paul Scholes, well done again.
Thank you very much, Bo.
It looks like we're really set up to be a counter-attacking team with so much pace going forward. Is that something you're enjoying being involved in?
Of course, for me it's something amazing. Obviously, when you get space behind with these kind of players, they have pace. It's about eating the grass, not even eat the players. So
yeah.
you can see in the goal that Marcus scored, and even with Christian, that is not the fastest player, but he has the right timing on the run. It's easy for us that we played the long balls. Obviously, I know that sometimes I will probably miss the pass like I did in the first half. I had the chance to put Marcus 1v1 with the keeper and I missed it, but I did it in the second half, and he gets his goal. So I'm really happy for that. But as I said, with these kind of players, it's really easy to make the passes.
You're saying you did it in the second half. Don't be too modest. What about that pass?
It's something Marcus knows. Marcus knows that every time I get on the ball, he has to go in the space. I will try to feed my players every time, and he knows. I told him many times, Marcus, I don't care if I miss 10 passes. If the next one is right for you, I know that you will score. So let the blame stay on me, and you focus on when you get the pass, score the goal.
Hi Bruno, it's Michael Owen speaking. I was just wondering whether you've been used to, in the past, maybe playing in front of the likes of Fred and McTominay, but now with Christian Eriksen just dropping back into that holding role, he actually seems to find you a lot more. How good is having him playing the balls into you?
Obviously, I think Fred is doing an amazing job. Obviously, they've been much criticised when we don't get the results. It's too easy to blame sometimes certain players, but I think they've been amazing. Obviously, Christian is really good on the ball. Everyone knows that. He was obviously more a 10 than an 8, and he has the quality. We saw it in the goal that I scored for Rashi. I did the pass for Rashi. It was a first touch from him. The first goal is a great pass from him between the lines also. And as I said before, he has the right timing to go to do the deep runs. He can play with both feet. He's an amazing player. He showed that at Tottenham. He showed it at Inter, and now good for us at Brentford too. Sorry, and obviously for us, it's amazing having him on the team. But as I said before, I think Fred and Scott did an amazing job, and they're still doing an amazing job. And I could have scored in the last moment if I had a little bit more legs from a pass from Fred.
On the subject of Christian, he was obviously the subject of that foul in the first half. We saw you go straight to the referee. Did you see that foul straight away? Were you satisfied the right outcome came along?
No, I just went to the referee because I don't know, by 3-4 minutes before he did a fall, he gave a fall on Martinelli here in the sideline for someone who pushed him. I just said if you give a kind of fall like that, you have to carry on and be in the same line all game. You can't give one and after you don't give the other one. So just that he can give that fall or not, but if he does in the one of Martinelli, he has to give that one too for me.
Brilliant, well played. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you very much to everyone.
No problem.